Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you my nails of the moment, which are going to be these really neon yellow bumblebees and then some daisies that also have some neon yellow. So we're also going to be playing with color theory, which if you are familiar with my channel, you know is an absolute love of mine. So we're pairing neon yellow, which is a favorite, again, of mine, neon yellow with lavender. And those two colors together are going to bounce off of each other and make that neon yellow extra zesty and just really powerful. And then that lavender is just going to kind of, rest in the background and make that yellow pop. Makes the bees really, show off. It's going to make the bees just the showpiece of this. I love this set. I love bees as well. I hope you love it as much as I do. I hope this color theory lesson that I'll be peppering in throughout the video is beneficial to you. If you have any color theory questions, I did do a whole live class on this topic a while back, and I can put a link to that in the description box below. So if this is something that you'd like to know more about, please check that video out. There's so much good information in there, and I will see you all next time. Bye. So we are going to begin with the lavender color. So I'm going to be painting all of my nails besides the pinky with 2 coats of that. So thumb, index, middle, ring. And the lavender that I chose is kind of a gray tone lavender, which is going to help the yellow. So you want to try to play into that cool tone of the lavender, especially since the chrome color, the duochrome, unicorn chrome that I'm going to be putting on top of it has some pink in it. So that's just going to help keep the balance. Then I'm going to add a layer of chrome base coat on top of all of my nails. So at this point, if you do have the darker purple on your pinky, go ahead and apply the chrome base coat on that too. And then I'm going to add in my unicorn chrome on top. In this lighting, in the video, it doesn't really have that pink hue to it. In the daylight, it does have kind of a pink glow. So I'm going to burnish that in with a piece of a little makeup sponge, really rub it, make sure that there's no extra dust. And then I'm going to use some really thick white gel. So this is the Madam Glam pudding gel. It is beautiful for painting daisies. It is made for painting daisies. And I'm going to also use the Madam Glam petal brush. This is like the winning combination. This summer when I've had clients that have said, I don't know what I want on my nails, and I know that they're flower people, I've painted daisies, because this combination of the white pudding gel and this brush is just like the best. I'm going to add all of my little petals going around. It is such a lovely combination because the white pudding gel, it will have a lovely little streakiness with this brush, which makes the petals look very detailed. It's gorgeous. I'm going to try to fill in the center of my daisy a little bit with that white pudding gel, not necessarily with a thick layer, but just a nice thin layer. Still using that same white gel, I'm going to rough in my bee. I'm not trying to paint it in like entirely or really be too specific with it. My bees, I'm not making them super realistic. They're kind of like a soft realistic. They're not cartoony either. They're sort of in the middle. And then I'm going to be also using the same pudding gel as well as the same petal brush to be painting my wings. I'm trying to keep this gel a little bit on the thinner side as I'm painting in the wings so that they look a bit streaky and so that they have a little bit of clarity to them so that the lavender color from the nail underneath pulls through. Not so that you necessarily see that it looks lavender. It should still look white, but there should be a tone to it. Now using the color Neon Sun from Madam Glam, super bright yellow, I'm going to be adding the center of my daisy, and then I'm also going to be adding the yellow on my bee. This is the first shade of yellow. I will be putting all the color names in the description box below, so if you are curious about any of them, these are all from Madam Glam. I will have them all there, but I'm going to use that first really bright yellow to be adding all of those first yellow spots. Now using more of a mustard yellow, so this is going to be an orange base, I'm going to be adding some shading on my bee. So this is also going to make those really bright yellow areas more intense because we're kind of playing into that. Using a dark purple, we're going to do the darkest areas on the painting overall. So that's going to be going around the center of the daisy. So this is the base of the petals. Just kind of tapping it, still using the petal brush, just tapping that, going around in a circle. And then on your bee, I used the smallest amount of black gel paint on this nail overall. The majority of the dark areas done in this design are going to be done with the dark purple. Purple versus yellow, this is still going to play off of each other and give you more of that intensity to your yellow. On the bee, as you're adding your purple areas, The purple gel polish that I'm using, the darker color, if it's very thick, looks nearly black. If I kind of spread it out, it will look like a lighter, more plum shade of purple. So I can decide how intense I want the color to be. I'm going to use that same color to be adding my bee's legs, to add the little veining texture inside the wings. To be doing all of that, I'll be using that same dark plum purple color. And I'll use like little dabbing motions to add some hairy looks to my bee's little butt, and doing all of that with that same color. Any spots after you have completed it to this step, if you're like, those need to be defined a little bit more, if anything looks a bit muddy, like it needs to be more precise, you could either mix a little bit of black into your dark purple to get a darker shade of dark purple, or you could just go right in and do some with black if you wanted to make something a little darker, a little bit more precise. I feel like I needed it just the slightest bit, and mainly just right around the bee's eyes was where I felt I needed that, and then to separate the lower and the upper wing. So that's where I'm going to be adding right now some black gel paint, just the smallest amount in just a few areas, just to give a little bit of definition. But that's optional. Depending on your circumstance and how much you want the bee to be kind of oh, that's yellow, oh, hey, look, it's a bee, versus, really precise. That's kind of your call. With white, I'm going to add a little highlight in each eye. And then any other things that you might need to do, go ahead and do them. I'm going to tap in some of that pudding gel, the white pudding gel on the center of my daisy to brighten up a few of the spots. You can also, add some more here and there to highlight the bee if you wanted to add some highlights to the bee's back. I'm going to apply some regular gel top coat over the top of the entire nail. After that has been cured, I'm going to take some matte gel top coat and apply it over the flower and over the bee. I'm going to carefully do this, trying not to get it over my super chromy background, trying to just keep it right over the top of that art. That is going to make everything kind of stand out and give it more of almost a dimensional effect, and make it look like the bee is floating over the background and the flower is like up in the air, like this is, some kind of, extra dimensional situation. I'm going to use the petal brush again. That brush is becoming one of my favorites. I really like that one. So that is going to be what we're using to apply our matte top coat. On the pinky, this is kind of the different nail. On my ring nail, I just did a couple daisies. On my middle nail, I just painted a whole bee, and then on my index nail I just have the purple with the chrome and matte. So those ones are kind of more the same. The pinky nail has just my dark purple. You can really see how deep and dark that color is. So there's the first coat. After 2 coats, I'm going to apply the chrome base coat again on that one. And then after that has been applied and cured, we're going to burnish that color in. I love how when you have a dark nail, you can really see what color your chrome is, because over the top of a light colored nail, the color of the nail seems to be what you see more. And over the dark colored nail, you really see the color of the chrome. And then after that has its matte top coat on, it changes it again all entirely. But I love this combination and the mix. The whole set, this is one of my favorites I've ever worn on my hands. I love the yellow and the purple and the chrome and the bees, the whole mix. I absolutely adore it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Again, if you have any questions on color theory, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. It is a passion of mine, if you couldn't tell already. So don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you all next time. Bye.